Hey people, welcome back to the Mirror of Dawn. Last time we discussed the AR-23 Liberator and its place as a jack-of-all-trades reliable assault rifle. This time, we'll be going over its popular sibling from the Helldivers mobilized warbond, the AR-23P Liberator Penetrator, or Lib-Pen as I will be referring to it for brevity. Now, being among the more popular weapon choices and widely accessible, many of you may be familiar with this medium penetration AR. And for good reason. It offers all the amenities that the base Liberator does with armor penetration to boot. It almost feels like a straight upgrade, though that is only at a glance. We're going to go over some of the more nuanced points of this weapon that make it a side grade to the base Liberator and the trade-offs that you should be aware of bringing it on any mission. First thing you'll notice with this weapon is the similarities in handling and overall feel it shares with the light pen cousin. It does, however, pack just a slight bit more recoil, so there will be a slight bit of accuracy loss. But, not enough to be a huge consideration. Its other distinguishing feature is, to no one's surprise, its ability to pierce medium, or in other terms, Tier 3 armor on enemies. Best example of this is the torsos of Automaton Devastators, as well as the headplates of Terminid Hive Guards. Your shots will be able to do partial damage to these body parts. By partial damage, I mean you will get a white hit marker on impact. White hit markers indicate partial or reduced damage to a target, while red ones indicate you exceed the armor penetration of a target and are doing full damage. There's an entire system behind this armor penetration interaction, but I'm going to keep things brass tacks for you here. What you need to know bringing different armor penetration levels into fights is that, on average, and illustrated very clearly with the Lib Pen and base Liberator, is that light pen tends to outdamage when fired into vulnerable body parts, whereas armor pen favors consistent, reliable damage, with the trade-off of slightly worse ammo economy. There are so many nuanced factors that go into which type of armor pen you may want to use, ranging from faction, sub-faction, environments, missions, and even individual playstyle, so a simple answer of which is better simply won't suffice. Instead of trying to tell you what to bring, I want to give you the tools to make the choice for yourself. A good rule of thumb here is that if it's light pen, it does more durable damage and gets more mileage out of hitting soft spots or weak points. And if its armor pen is medium or above, you're trading that spike damage for consistent, more easily applied damage. I know I'm repeating myself here, but that's what I'm trying to get across. When it comes to the Lib Pen, you'll be trading a bit of extra ammunition and accuracy for the flexibility that comes with being able to bring a weapon that can approach average combat scenarios from more angles. And I mean that quite literally. The Lib Pen will let you put damage on targets you wouldn't normally be able to approach directly with light pen. It'll also open up more opportunities for certain niche kills that you couldn't normally get without Tier 3 armor pen. We'll be covering those specific scenarios later on in each relevant section. For now, let's focus on what makes this gun unique, or maybe not. What I mean is that the Lib Pen is, as I've seen others point out and fully agree with them on, an average gun in every sense of the word. It sheds some of the weaknesses of the original Liberator, but in the process, rounds out its edges. With this gun, you're carrying the truly average infantry assault rifle into the fight here. I'm not even exaggerating right now. The siege soldiers we see in megacities fighting alongside us are actually using a Liberator variant very similar to this one. Now, average makes it sound negative, but that couldn't be further from the truth here. Sometimes what you want is a consistent, no-nonsense gun to do gun things in a fight, and this weapon will deliver time and time again. You don't really need to worry about precisely hitting weak points to deal damage, I mean, as much at least. You can simply fire, especially under duress. Now, does that mean you can just not aim much at all? Well, sort of, yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't. You will do more damage actually aiming for weak points still, it's just that near misses will still count for something, even if you're not doing as much damage as the base Liberator would be hitting those weak points. In exchange, you'll feel a little bit of drain on your ammo economy. I know, I've mentioned that before. Just be mindful of this and top up as much as you can if you're bringing this workhorse weapon into the field. Okay, let's move on to my favorite part, faction-specific tips. Terminids first. So, the Lib Pen does a good job on Terminid missions mostly because of the fact that most of them are sporting light armor on their bodies, and those that sport medium armor tend to have it in the front while facing you. Oh, but before I get into that, let's go over the weapon attachments. I've gone with a quick close range setup with a reflex sight, laser sight with angled foregrip, compensator, and short mags. The only thing here I'm not really sure about is whether to use short mags or extended mags. Due to the armor penetration damage exchange thing, you will be using a lot more ammo, so sometimes it pays to have a few extra bullets in the magazine, especially when dealing with like commanders. All the small and lightly armored enemies die about just the same with the full penetration red hit marker damage. It's roughly equivalent to what the light pen weapons can do, so no big surprise there. Where it will shine is with bugs like hive guards, bile spewers, and to some degree nursing spewers. These enemies are frequent on the right seeds and will be much easier to deal with head on, allowing you the versatility to be less careful with your shots and just pump lead into them. Which we all know that while fighting Terminids is the best way to get out of a situation when you're surrounded and pushed into a corner. We've all been there. Its usefulness with bile spewers specifically cannot be overstated, considering you can take them out from headshots much faster and now with less threat since they can't get close enough to attack unless you wait too long. A huge standout case here to mention as well is with the Rupture strain. Every Rupture warrior gets medium armor on its head and front legs, and you see a lot more spewers in the mix too, so the Lib Pen's medium penetration comes in extremely handy when beset in close range by those sneaky bastards. Oh, also, random tip for the Rupture strain, if you see a warrior digging towards you, run at and over the thing. They get confused and emerge but are unable to hit you, so you can just shoot them in the back. I found it super useful and didn't know where else to put it, so you're welcome. Okay, now for automatons. On this front, I like to bring a pretty standard setup with the 4x combat scope, laser sight with flashlight, though nothing, or vertical foregrip, is okay too if you don't like the walk up or prefer more handling. The bots have many units that have some amount of medium armor on them, so the Lib Pen is going to have a lot of stuff to chew through here. Troopers are a non-issue, so the biggest change will be with Devastators. But the best change with Medium Pen comes with the ability to hit the torso around the head when you're going for headshots. They fold pretty fast as long as you keep it steady. Scout Striders and Reinforced Striders will also be easier since you'll be able to hit them in the groin and damage their joints much easier. As for gunships, you can now pepper them with your primary, though at great expense of ammo. That really goes for the rest of the heavy units that have AP3 weak points. That's what we in the biz call Medium Pen. You aren't doing much durable damage, so try to save your ammo. But if you need to destroy a mortar cannon or tower, you can still do it in a pinch. I do really like the Lib Pen for cyborgs though. I was not expecting that. The radicals go down fairly quickly, and the armor penetration lets you get through the agitator armor reasonably fast. It was a pretty solid pick for those missions. Bottom line for automatons though, you can take out heavier targets with your primary weapon, bringing the Lib Pen, but in no way does it replace the other tools at your disposal when it comes to tankier targets. It's a good reminder that your primary weapon is a supplementary damage tool. It is not your primary tool for dealing with a lot of the bigger threats in the game, so just keep that in mind and use it when it's applicable. Okay, Illuminate time. I use a similar setup for the AR-23 for the Lib Pen here, with a 2x red dot, vertical foregrip, flash hider, and drum mags. As I've mentioned in the past, the Illuminate favors saturation fire over all else, so having additional rounds at the ready will be nice. Whether you're mowing down voteless, focusing down flesh mobs, or taking out overseers, the Lib Pen won't let you down since it's a solid option for all of those. When it comes to overseers though, you do have a new option in that their head is protected by medium armor, meaning that headshots will go straight through to their health pool directly. Makes for reliable and quick kills, if you can aim. The rest of the squid lineup also sports medium armor frequently, though the same rules as with automaton units apply here. You'll be spending a lot of ammo to take down harvesters by the joints. I mean, it's like hardly practical is what I'm saying. Also, sorry I don't have footage of the new guys. The entire planet vanished, so I couldn't fly out there to record them, though I can offer some advice, even so. they have medium armor. Veracitors do, specifically. They're also going to take a while to take out with just the lib pen, but you can technically damage them. And with gatekeepers, you can only shoot the joints, so like if it's almost dead, go for it, but just use your brain. The biggest thing here, though, is that you can now destroy stingrays, and pretty reliably if you land enough shots. They don't have as much health as you think they would, so when you're in a tough spot, being able to take down a stingray before it obliterates you with enough ammo spent is better than having no recourse at all. Alright. I think that's all I got for you on the lib pen. Our first medium penetration weapon for the Orbital Arsenal series. The AR-23P acts as an extremely solid side grade to the already solid AR-23. So if handling and versatility is something you need, the lib pen has got you covered. Often stated as the most average of average guns, don't let that word give you a bad impression. Sometimes what you need is something reliable and uncomplicated in your hands when things get tough, and the Liberator Penetrator can promise that every time. Watch those ammo counts and show your enemies that loading up with armor still isn't going to save them from freedom's reach. Thank you for watching, people. I'll be coming at you with some more weapons in the future, don't worry. Next up, we'll be looking at the Liberator Concussive, and after that, the Liberator Carbine, to fill out the Liberator series. And also, because I already had the footage for those partly done, it was supposed to be a long video, and then I split it up. Don't worry about it. But after those, we're going to be hopping around and looking at pretty much everything the Super Destroyer has to offer. I'll be glad to have you along for all of it. Oh, and also thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate you guys. I know times are tough, so it means all the more that you decide to support me. Alright, until next time, catch you out there. See ya.